Match number 4 of the evening would see the ORW community title defended in a triple threat match as Rugby Riley would take on Sassy Bear Clarence. Sassy Bear was in the house. Gotta love it. Love a bit of sassy. Everyone wants to get sassy. Anyway, they would be taking on the champion, Logan. Some powerhouses in this one. Definitely some powerhouses. Logan was cocky as anything. Absolutely cocky as anything. I love his arrogance. It's brilliant. Proper heel. Got a proper heel. Sassy Bear and Riley would start this one attacking Logan and send him outside because they wanted to get on with it themselves. They collide in ring. The fact that Riley would stay on his feet even when someone the size of Sassy Bear clashed into him, that there just proves his strength. He's a beast. Honestly, the man's a beast. I think Riley is just so built. Logan would, at this point, come in. He'd start to mouth off at Sassy Bear, and Sassy Bear would hit the bump and then hit a double corner splash. But Logan might have just kept going outside, but when he did come in, he'd hit a cheap shot on Sassy Bear, then start to beat down. But Riley would send Logan flying, and Sassy Bear would down Logan. But Logan would actually head up to he'd head up to the top, and then he'd pull Sassy Bear outside. He'd then beat down on Riley and hit a huge scoop slam and a headbutt to Riley's groin. That one had to hurt. I've seen Logan's head. He's got a solid head. Logan would make sure that he keeps Sassy Bear outside the ring at this point. He'd hit a huge lariat on Riley and then carry on beating down, but the fans would urge Riley on. Riley would respond to their energy. He'd hit a lariat. Sassy Bear would then come inside. He'd hit the double lariat, and then he'd just beat down on both the opponents. He'd perform the meeting of the minds. As I say, Logan's got a hard head, so that had to hurt Riley, to be fair. He'd hit a springboard. Sassy Bear would hit a springboard butt bump on the pairing, and he'd hit a sky high on Logan. He'd hit a sky high, but Logan on Riley. But Logan would break it up. Sassy Bear at this point would kiss Logan. Poor Logan. Sorry, Logan. No one deserves that. Nothing against you, Sassy Bear, but I wouldn't want to be kissed by you, mate. Poor Logan. Sassy Bear, using the distraction, would hit a running power slam on Logan for a 2 count. Riley would then hit his nasty spear on Sassy Bear. And with Sassy Bear out the equation, Logan thought he could take advantage of this. He'd head up top, but he'd miss his elbow drop, and Riley would hit his huge spear, another huge spear on Logan, and he'd win. New champion! That's right, folks. Rugby Riley is your ORW community champion. Right. This match was just thoroughly entertaining. I love a triple threat. I absolutely love a triple threat. Having Sassy Bear there, Sassy, I've not seen him in ages. Love seeing Sassy in action. He brings it every time. He gives his all against every opponent. He entertains the fans. He's just a great talent to have in any company. I would say he's gonna just get the crowd going every single time. Logan might have lost his title, but he held his own against 2 men. It's difficult, the numbers game against him. I'm not doing any Steiner's math right now, but anyway, Logan defended his title with as much honour as a heel can. He defended well. He put on a great showing against 2 opponents. He's a tough, mean individual. I hope he stays a heel for a very, very long time. Just definitely a great role for him. Rugby Riley, wow, well done, Riley, man. I'll be honest, you've beat Sassy Bear, you beat Logan, you deserve that title. That spear is just devastating, mate. Just fantastic performance by you in this one. You held your own against Sassy, you beat Logan. These 3 individuals, they put on a great match. Definitely go and check them out live any chance and that you can for yourselves.